Hey team, just checking in with you to talk about our pod system. It's a very basic system we use in the practice to make sure our doctors have the support that they need each and every day to see our patients, take great care of them, have a good customer experience. So I wanted to talk about that pod system for a few minutes and what it entails, all right? So the pod system is designed that every day our doctors have 4 columns of patients that they see over the course of the day, and they have 6 staff members to help them see those patients and take care of them. Our goal is at the end of each day to have every patient have a great experience, to end on time, but also be efficient and take care of the most people possible over the course of the day. All right. So let's talk about those individual members of the team and what their roles are. The first one I want to talk about is the dash person. They are the hub of communication of the team. They not only update the flow board and tell the doctor where to go, the team communicates to them who's ready, but they also manage and take care of our instruments. They sterilize things, they do our second assisting in the practice when help is needed, and they help deliver things when we're short or we've forgotten something. They run around, they dash around to help make sure that the whole team has got support throughout the day, and they do not have any patients that they are assigned to, okay? So over the course of the day, that's going to be their role, to just help support and make sure things get taken care of and maintain our communication on the flow board and our STAR system, which is a whole other video for another time, all right? The next 2 people I want to talk about is our baby and our treatment assistants. Their roles are pretty simple when they're assigned to those columns every single day. Basically, they take care of the patients in their columns in the order that they're appointed on the schedule, all right? If you're the baby person, you'll take care of one patient, run right after another throughout the course of the day. And it's the same thing for our treatment assistants. They'll start at the start of the morning and they'll work their patients through the course of the day as well. Now, our treatment assistants arrive 45 minutes early. I should say they arrive 15 minutes early for the day to help make sure the clinic is set up and ready to see the first patients, of course, all right? And so those assistants it's really key that they're on time to help make sure the day gets off to a good start. And typically they'll see treatment in the morning, and in the afternoon they'll see our hygiene patients through the course of the day, all right? Next up, we have our hygiene assistants. We have 2 of them, Hygiene 1 and Hygiene 2. They essentially do the same thing as baby and the same thing as treatment, where they see their families one right after another, and usually they have sibling groups that they're taking care of through the course of the day, and they work together with their chairs to take care of those patients over the course of the day, all right? The last person on our team is the same day assistant, which is the utility person. They are jumping around and moving around and helping on the clinic floor wherever they might need to be helping, okay? They basically have the responsibility to take care of any of our emergency or Gatorade appointments that come in. They also take care of our new patients that come in for the day and give them the new patient experience. They also provide the same day treatment, assisting our doctors' needs should our doctors diagnose treatment to be done same day. Lastly, they might help take care of continuing care or hygiene patients through the day if assigned or asked to do so. So essentially, they bounce around to several places over the course of the day and help make sure that we take care of our patients and are a backup to our needs throughout the course of the day as well. Now, all these staff members have different positions they work in, all right? And if we have 1 doctor in the office, they're going to be consistent with what we call a green pod. If we have 2 doctors in the offices, then that second group is called the blue pod. And our positions and chairs in the office are all designated to what those pods are. So let's go through what those designations are. Of course, I mentioned how the dash assistant does not have a chair that they're in charge of. They are in charge of basically staying at that sterilization computer and keeping the schedule of the team moving and staying on time. The baby assistant will be assigned to one of the 2 baby rooms. The treatment assistant will be assigned to one of our 2 treatment rooms. And again, those are corresponding to whatever the pod is. Our green pod is assigned to the baby Yoda room and to the mic room. The blue pod is assigned to the Dory treatment room or the Jack Jack room, okay? Of course, our rooms are colored and painted accordingly. Then our hygiene teams also work out of color-coded pods as well. The penguin pod is considered part of the blue pod, and the flash pod is considered part of the green pod. And those hygiene assistants will work out of the first 2 chairs of those pods. Now, where does that leave our same-day assistant then? They actually work in the pods that are going to be more or less shared across the offices, or they're shared with their individual pod. So our same-day assistants will work out of the shared new patient chair at the practice. And so them and the other dash person, if there's 2 doctors, will share that new patient chair as new patients come in and do the new patient experience there. They'll also share the Kronk treatment room, the center treatment room. As doctors call for the need for same-day treatments, they will share that room also, all right? Last of all, they do have individual chairs, though, at the Hygiene 3 stations, and whichever pod they're assigned to is where they will see their patients in Hygiene 3. for would it be emergency exams, or maybe they're helping out and having a family that they're assisting with that's come into the office, but they will work out of that third chair, all right? So those are the locations that those staff members will continue to work out of. And over the course of the day, the DASH member lets everybody know through the flow board where the doctor needs to go next. The staff lets them know who is needed, and we work through the course of our day with that communication team in place, making sure that everyone sees their patients, hopefully at their appointed time, and of course notifying us if we start falling behind via our STAR system. All right. A couple special circumstances that might disrupt this team, though, in the communication that they have. The first thing is the need for translation. We have lots of patients who speak Spanish in our offices, and if that's the case, each pod should have someone on the team that is designated as the Spanish-speaking team member. Perhaps there's even more than one, okay? When that takes place, we'll have switches that take place where our staff who is Spanish-speaking might pop over and help or spend more significant time with that family based on the need. We have two types of Spanish-speaking families. We have what we call CROC 1 and CROC 2, all right? CROC 1 families are patients who need heavy translation, and CROC 2 are those who just might need light translation. Our CROC 1 families are identified when they come in to the front door through the receptionist, who identifies that they don't speak enough English to really make it through most of their visit and probably need some reassurance. And so that's where they radio the manager or the pod to come and make sure that someone on their Spanish speaking comes out and greets them, says hello, and make sure that they know that they have someone they can be in contact with through the appointment for the day. The light Spanish speakers, or the CROC 2 assistants, or the families, are the ones the assistants will come and help only when needed, when requested by the doctor or by the staff member for specific communication needs that aren't easily translated with their English abilities, all right? So that's our translation, how we manage that situation, all right? As far as things go, as far as other limitations we have, of course, we have big families that come to see us at the office. And when a family is being seen, of course, inevitably one child will be ready before another. We want to make sure that when those big families come together, that as soon as a child is ready, that we go ahead and notify the doctor ready. So doctors can get started with families before they have really dove into other things, and make sure they get that family going and moving forward, even if the other siblings are not quite ready yet, all right? As far as other special circumstances that take place in the office, we have, of course, babies who might be scheduled with a hygiene family and not be in the baby column. In that circumstance, the hygiene assistant will see that baby in one of the baby rooms. They will just pop over, use one of the rooms temporarily while that family is being seen and taken care of, okay? And as far as other certain exceptions that might happen within the office, I want to bring up, of course, there's the 11 and 4 o'clock wrap up. Managers have an important role at 11 and 4 o'clock each day to come back into the clinic and make sure that they have a plan in place to help ensure that the clinic wraps up in a timely manner. If one column is behind schedule or one is, more sparse, they'll do different ways and instruct our pod teams how they can basically wrap up the day most efficiently, and might make some reassignments in that process as well, okay? So those are a few of the different circumstances that might arise with the pod teams and how to make sure that they get through their days well and make the day the best. So that's basically a little recap of what our pod system is, how it functions, the teams and the positions, and how all works come together. Please don't hesitate to ask your manager if you have any questions or concerns, and happy to help you understand the system better as you learn it. Thanks a bunch.